Welcome back, guys. My name is Exeter, and to make sure that this introduction is as short as it could possibly be, let's get straight to the topic. Today, I'm going to be convincing you that the AR-160 is the best assault rifle in Battlefield 4. Now, the reason why I'm covering this topic is because DICE just had a new patch to their game, which affected all of the guns within the game, and their ranges and accuracy over that range. Which means that, yes, a gun could be really fast at killing at close quarters, but right now, this is the best gun for all-around range combat. Every distance, this is the best fully automatic gun. So, how did I find this? Well, first, I had to calculate it by both going through it mathematically, using the statistics that are given to us in-game, by testing it with my own controller, just going to a firing range and just shooting at some targets and figuring it out, and then also gameplay. So these are the three different methods I use to calculate and find which gun is the best. So, I went over the assault rifle class because we all know that the assault rifle class has the best average range out of all classes because every single gun has the same range, and then off that range the guns all have the same exact or around the same stability, or not really stability but accuracy. And because the change or patch really affected accuracy the most, that's what we're going to be studying. So I took two weapons from different firing modes of 600 to 690, 700 to 790, and then greater than 800, and I was able to find which weapons were the best of these numbers, and then calculate and find which ones were the best, which one was the best out of all 6 of these weapons. So, in looking into that in detail, I was able to find out which weapon was the best, which in this case, when it came to actual accuracy, was the AN-94. Now, I tested accuracy by going to the firing range, and from the same spot every single time with different weapons, I shot at the same 2 targets, 6 times for each target, on single shot mode with every single gun here, and I was able to find which gun was most accurate using that, based on how many times the target was hit, and how many times it was missed, and then putting the amount of times the target was hit over the number of times I tested this to find the average, and then using that average, I then calculated to find which one had the best average. And overall, that was the AN-94. Second was the CZ-805, and third was the AR-160. Now, all the three other guns I tested, they also were decent, but remember, this isn't the final value because I also wanted to find time to kill. Because the best weapon and the fastest killing weapon are the same thing. Now, the most accurate weapon and the best weapon, those are different things. So using the accuracy, I was able to plot out and calculate which one had the fastest time to kill. So, using the accuracy, I did a normal calculation for time to kill, and then I plugged in the accuracy measurement which we just got. Using that, I was able to find the kill times, or the time to kill, for every single weapon that I just listed off to you guys, or didn't list off, but I showed you on screen. And those kill times were, for the AN-94, which had the best accuracy, a 0.6 repeating second kill time, so it's like 0.6666 second kill time. The second best accuracy weapon, the CZ-805, had a 0.587 second kill time, and the third most accurate weapon, the AR-160, had a 0.61 second kill time. Now, the 3 other weapons, which weren't as accurate, also didn't have as fast of a kill time, so I actually disregarded those. Now, one of the weapons I did count on this list, which is a burst fire weapon and not fully auto, is the M16A4, so that was automatically disqualified because of that. But overall, if it was being counted as a fully automatic weapon, it wouldn't have made the list no matter what of the top 3 weapons. So, using those top 3 weapons, I then went and played 30 minutes each with these weapons, so that added up to 90 minutes, an hour and a half of gameplay. And using that gameplay, I studied it, and I saw which one was the best and most accurate over ranges. And what I found was rather interesting. Now, if you look at distance, long range wise, the AN-94 is the best, but the only reason for that is because it's a slower fire rate. And when you have a slower fire rate weapon, it changes the way that the damage or the stability and accuracy change, because with a higher stability, which means that like it's going to be more accurate, if you like it's going to be more laser like, then the accuracy is going to be steadier. But if something has a higher stability, that means the accuracy is going to be spread out even more than it already is. So that's the one issue of testing it in single shot mode, because then we're not taking into account the recoil. So, now that we have recoil taken into account based on these physical in-game tests, why is it the ARX is still better? Well, the ARX is still better because if you're able to control the recoil, then it is the best gun, because the CZ's range isn't as good as the AR-X is for some reason in the actual gameplay. When I measured this, I found that in testing it, in actual gameplay, the CZ did not perform as well as the two other guns on this list, the AN and the AR-X. So then I compared the AR-X to the AN, and I found that the AR-X was better because over the same ranges, the AR-X killed slightly faster when you're able to control the recoil or burst it, which you had to do for both weapons, because you reach a point with all these weapons that you won't even be able to kill people at a certain range while fully autoing. You'll maybe get one bullet on because the spread gets so massive. If you guys play Counter-Strike, you might already know what I'm talking about here, but the longer you pull down the trigger, the wider the accuracy spread becomes. And in single shot, you have the smallest accuracy, or the smallest bullet accuracy possible. So when you tap a trigger, or when you kind of just spam it, or you go into burst fire mode, the accuracy actually resets after every burst. This is similar to in Counter-Strike, where in Counter-Strike, if you hold down the trigger, the accuracy spread increases, while if you tap it, it stays relatively the same. So using this theory, I was able to find that the AR-X was better overall. Now, why do I like the AR-X in general as well? Well, because the AR-X is very good at killing in close quarters as well, and it has great accuracy. It really does. Like, when you play with it, you'll really see this. And in actually testing this, I saw a few things that I found were beneficial to put on this gun. One, if you don't mind not having a suppressor on, then put on heavy barrel. And for the sight, I would suggest the hollow sight, because the reticle on the hollow sight is the most reliable when it comes to the actual bullet spread if you're to keep on holding down the trigger at longer ranges. So this means it shows you how far off you're going to be from the player and makes it so you know that you have to spam the trigger at a certain range. So you'll kind of see over these ranges where the bullet will drop off into the sides of the player and show you when you have to actually tap on the trigger. So, knowing all this information, the AR-X 160 is the best gun in the game. If you'd like to see the actual breakdown of how I did this, like all the map and everything, I can put it in the description, or I can also make a totally new video where I went over all the numbers and everything like that. So, please let me know. My name is Exeter. Peace out, and goodbye. And like I said, I was able to do this by the end of the gameplay.